All right, let's solve one of the biggest mysteries out there. No, not aliens or Bigfoot. I'm talking about the classic case of the vanishing cash. You know that feeling, right? You check your bank account, you look at the calendar, and you just think, wait, where did it all go? It feels like your money just disappears into thin air. Well, guess what? Today, we're going to play detective and crack this case wide open.
So, where does any good investigation begin? Well, first, we need to understand why we're even investigating in the first place. Why is it so critical to know exactly where our money is going?
Look, you can forget the magnifying glass and the fingerprint kit. When it comes to your finances, your #1 secret weapon is expense tracking. And let's be clear, this isn't about being cheap or restricting yourself. It's the exact opposite. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge. It is the key to unlocking everything.
So what's the payoff for all this detective work? Oh, the rewards are huge. They're what puts you back in the driver's seat of your own financial life.
First and foremost, you gain control. It's that simple. When you know where every dollar is going, suddenly there are no more surprises at the end of the month. You can actually see your habits, which means you can start telling your money where you want it to go, not the other way around.
Next up, you start spotting these little opportunities to save money everywhere. You know, it's those small leaks, that daily coffee run, the 3 streaming services you forgot you were even paying for, that can sink the whole ship. When you lay it all out, it's like finding free money. Seriously.
And this is a biggie. You get to prepare for the unexpected. Life is going to throw curveballs, that's a guarantee. A car repair, a leaky roof. When you have a crystal clear picture of your normal spending, you can actually build up a safety net and face those surprises with confidence instead of panic.
All right, every investigation needs clues. And in our money mystery, the clues are your expenses. To really solve this thing, we've got to learn to tell the difference between the 2 main types.
First up are your fixed expenses. Think of these as the solid, predictable facts in your case file. They show up every single month, like clockwork. We're talking about your rent or mortgage, your car payment, your insurance. These are the foundation of your budget.
And then we have the variable expenses. Now, these are the wild cards. These are the clues that change all the time based on your choices, how much you spend on groceries, how often you go out to eat, your electricity bill. This is where the real mystery and the real opportunity usually hides.
So let's put them side by side. See, fixed expenses are predictable and consistent. Variable expenses, they go up and down based on your lifestyle. And here's the most important part. You can't really change your rent tomorrow, but you have 100% control over your variable spending starting right now.
Okay, so we know what clues we're looking for. Now we need the right tools for the job. Let's check out the different ways you can start gathering evidence for your case.
You've basically got 3 options in your detective toolkit. First, there are apps that do all the heavy lifting for you. They link to your accounts and categorize everything automatically. Super low effort. Second, you can go with a classic spreadsheet. This gives you total control if you don't mind typing things in. And third, a simple pen and paper journal. It's a great way to be really mindful about your spending. Honestly, the best tool is whichever one you'll actually stick with.
And no matter what tool you use, the process is pretty much the same. It's a simple 6-step loop. You gather your receipts and statements, you record every single thing you spend money on, you put them into categories like food or gas, total up each category, then, and this is the magic part, you analyze it. And finally, you use what you learned to adjust your plan for next month. Simple as that.
All right, now for my favorite part of the whole investigation. After you've gathered your clues for a month, it's time for the big reveal. This is where all those little numbers come together to tell you the real story of where your money has been going.
You know, seeing it all in a chart like this can be a huge aha moment. You might feel like you're not spending much on takeout, but then the data shows that, whoa, 20% of your income is going to food. Suddenly, that mystery of the vanishing cash, it's solved right there in a single picture.
And this right here really gets to the heart of it. This isn't just about counting pennies. It's about gaining knowledge. And that knowledge is what lets you make smart decisions, take back control, and actually start making progress towards your biggest financial goals.
So, when you're looking at your own numbers, here's a little checklist for you. Look for trends like, do you spend more on weekends? Spot those recurring problem areas, maybe that daily impulse buy online. Use this info to set realistic limits for yourself. And most importantly, figure out where you can carve out more cash to put towards savings.
And to make sure you actually succeed at this, remember these final tips. You gotta be consistent. Make it a daily or weekly habit. You have to be honest with yourself. Yep, that $5 coffee counts. Don't be afraid to use technology to make it easier, and make sure you review your spending regularly. This isn't a one-and-done thing. It's a new habit that builds incredible financial muscle over time.
So there you have it. The case is no longer a mystery. You've got the clues, you've got the tools, and you've got the process. Your entire financial future can change with this one small, powerful step. So the only question left is, what are you going to track first?